Hello, my name's Boone and welcome to part 2 of Heath, Reborn. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. Go check out my old content, stick around for my new. Got plenty of stuff coming out hopefully over the next few weeks, and I've got loads of stuff you could catch up on if you are new. And if you really want to help support me and my channel, you can always pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that and everything else, including stuff you'll need if you want to play as Heath, all down below in the description. Right, part 2, we're going to jump forward a bit more into the future. We're going to see how Heath have been getting on. We left them in a pretty good situation. They've done quite well quite quickly with just fan power, no money behind them, just fan power. Can them fans keep driving the club on? And can they get into the Football League? Can they get anywhere near the Premier League? We're going to go all the way to 2040 and see what happens. So before we do get into it, I just want to say I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all safe, because it is a worrying time at the minute. So yeah, stay safe guys, and let's enjoy a bit of Heath. Well, we left you in the last episode in 2025, and that's the last save file I made available. This is going to be the third save file I'm going to make available. You'll find this down below. And we find ourselves, it's in June, it's 2030, and there's been a few changes at the club. You'll also notice they are finally professional, and they're in the Sky Bet League 2, which is pretty freaking cool, I'll be honest with you. And they've also got themselves a new manager. So let's have a look at what they've been doing. Now, first off, I just want to take a look at the manager history, because I did mention this in the last episode about Salford, how as they grew and flew through the leagues, backed by the class of 92, they kind of changed managers, changed players to suit that quick progression. Now, they had Martin McIntosh in charge for 7 years, and he took them all the way through the lower leagues. Loads of trophies he won, loads of titles, loads of good times. I mean, 5 league titles is pretty amazing, 5 promotions. But as they've gone up through the league, he's obviously not good enough, and they sacked him. Now they've had Jeremy Richardson for the past 3 years, and he is a bit better. I mean, he's slightly better. He's a regen manager, but who cares? He's 37 years old. It's his first job. And I mean, he hasn't even got his Continental Pro, so he's learning, so he's going to get better and better. And he's got him in the Football League. Now, we know they changed stadiums quite quick, really. I didn't expect them to move into a new stadium. They don't own the Heath Stadium. It is a council stadium. But when they've got 20,000 members supporting this club, the council probably saw it as a great opportunity, really, and have built the stadium. So it'd be cool if they could buy it one day. But a few years later, in 2027, they managed to upgrade the training and youth facilities. So this club is growing in the right way. And remember, it's got no major sponsorship. There's no commercial income. I'm not giving them a sugar daddy. They are fan owned always. They've just got fans. I didn't even up the ticket prices. They've just got large numbers willing to come and watch, buying tickets, and it really does help. And you can see here, every 4 years they have an election. Now, they can have multiple terms. I think I'll let them have 2 terms, similar to a US president, really. But no one's won a second term yet. Each time there's been presidential elections, we've ended up with a new owner. And you can never really look at the owners, so you don't know what they're like, do you? Even though when you create an owner, or you go into the editor and look at a current owner, you can give them different personality traits, so they could be a different, you don't know what you're going into. They could be impatient, they could be a good guy, bad guy, but you don't know with this, do you? You don't know what you're getting. So back to the main page, I'm just going to look at what they've been doing, and they've flown through these leagues. And I mean, Salford flew through the leagues with money. FC United kind of did it too, didn't they? Quite quickly, really, over a 10-year period. And they did have loads of money, but they had a good group of fans backing them, a lot of passion. And I think this is a similar thing. This is what I wanted to see. Can you go through it without mega money behind you, just people willing to support the club and buy tickets? So they finished 3rd, and that's when I left you, wasn't it, 2025, in the Northern Premier League Division 1, pretty sure. The next year they went to the Northern Premier League Division 1, they won it, obviously stayed in it. The next season, they're in the Northern Premier League Division, and they finished 5th, but got promoted, so I'm guessing they sneaked into the playoffs. That's pretty cool. and got in. And we can't look at these leagues anymore because, like I said, as they're going up, I've been deleting leagues behind them, just because if you want to have a go, it is a lot on your computer. I'm gonna leave the main top leagues and the Vanarama, but all the little non-leagues I've took away. If you've got a great computer, you can always re-add them. So that's why we can't look at the exact position in the league. But yeah, definitely a playoff win. The next season they got to the Vanarama League North, finished 3rd, and got promoted again. So they're not winning titles, but they're sneaking their way through. The next season of Vanarama National League, they won it. So they've gone straight up and won it, and that's tough, you know. Stockport County last season won the Vanarama North. Great team, great players, and they're doing well this year. I mean, they're punching before coronavirus locked everything down. They were, sneaking towards the playoffs. So to go up and win, that's a fantastic achievement. And then Skybet League 2, they've already been in it, so they finished 6th last year. Wow. So their first year in the Football League, they finished 6th, so they would have got into playoffs there, wouldn't they? Obviously didn't win the playoff. Beat Scunthorpe in the semi-finals, and then got beat in the final. Ooh. They nearly went up again. Close that, innit, eh? Probably better for him to stay here, though, an extra season and grow a bit. So if you decide to take on the Newton Heath Challenge and you didn't fancy the earlier challenge from part 1 and you're thinking, I'm going to wait till Bood goes a bit further into the future, and you want to start here in 2030, this is the squad you're going to be taking over. And I mean, there's no mega value here, but it's obviously a good team, because they've got into the playoffs. Probably a bit of tweaking, maybe a bit of your magic, sprinkle a bit of your magic on it, and you might get promoted in your first season. One thing you could definitely improve is a coaching team, and that would massively help you out, trust me. I mean, they've got all the youth managers, head of youth, you've got a goalkeeping coach. That's it. Get your coaching team sorted, trust me. Now, I'm not going to go through every single year we've missed. I'm going to go through the last couple of transfer years. And I think this is the year they went straight up at the Vanarama. And they spent 56 grand, which for a club at that level is quite a lot of money. And they haven't spent loads over the year. They haven't spent hardly a penny. But they've got 20,000 members. And like I said, I think you get about 50 to 200 grand maybe in sponsorship, in membership fees, which is quite a lot really, but you've got to pay for everything else, stadium rent and all that. But that's still a good amount for them, and they obviously spent it well because they went straight up. And compare that to their first year in the Football League, in the Skybet League 2, they only spent 30 grand the next year. I mean, you might recognise some of these lads if you're a big fan of lower league football, and that nearly worked for them. And you've got a bit of a challenge on your hands if you do decide to take on this challenge, because even though they nearly got promoted and they only lost the playoff final last year, they're only predicted to be 11th. So you've got some work to do. And I've taken over just for the purposes of looking at the finances, and this is what you're going to be getting: 1.7 million, $500,000 to spend, which is quite a lot really for a club in League 2. But like I said, it's got the fans. This is a club that could quite easily be a championship club with the amount of fans it's got, and you can maybe grow that if you're successful. But like I said, they've got no sponsorship. If we go over to the sponsorship, you'll see they've got a kit deal with 72 grand, and they get about $250,000 now from their membership. They've got 7,000 members, but I did put in place 20,000 fans, so that could grow and grow really. Club's in no major debt, got a bit of transfer debt, but 41 grand, it's not a lot. And if we look at the income, especially last year's income, gate receipts, $500,000, because now you've got the 11,500 seater and you've got fans to fill it. That's pretty good really. Getting solidarity payments here, they got one last year, maybe because we're in the Football League now, it kind of filters down a bit, doesn't it? Of nearly £500,000, so that's £1 million. And then, chuck on top the membership. The club's in a good place. It's not mega money, and you're never going to get taken over by a tycoon, but it's still good. Quick look at the general page, and ticket prices used to be £3. I think a season ticket was £50 when it started, so 543 quid for a season ticket now, 22 quid for a ticket. That's quite a lot, but probably about right really. I went to watch County in the Vanarama North a couple of years ago, and that cost me about tenner, maybe 13 quid to sit in the Cheadle end, and that was brilliant. But yeah, same old rivals, which is pretty cool. And They've got started to get a few icons. There's Martin McIntosh as an icon. He's the manager of 7 years. They've still only got one legend. And they're starting to get a few favoured personnel. Jeremy, the new manager. Bill Ashby, who no longer plays for him, unfortunately. Why is he a legend though? 16 goals in 42 games. They must have been great goals. Quick look at the vision just so we know where this club's at and where the board feels like they want to be. And they're quite happy just challenging in the playoffs in League 2 for the next 5 years. So, you know, maybe you haven't got a lot of pressure really to get out of this league, and you can come in here and put a bit of a team together and do a bit of a slow climb. You don't always have to be so quick. Sometimes when you fly through the leagues really quick, it's hard to keep up with the quality. Because you really need, it's a lot easier sometimes when it's slower. And a quick look at their best player just before we move on to the final part of this episode, and it's Ray Hinchcliffe. He's a right winger. Apparently he's your best player for ability. And he's not bad, he's got a bit of pace. Comes from Everton. Great academy there. He's 24 years old, can play up front, although he can't finish. But this is the kind of quality you've got. So yeah, if you want to start at 2030, have a look down below and there'll be an updated download link where you'll get the graphics for the game, the badge, the kits, and you'll get save files from the previous episode and this one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump forward to 2040. 10 years. Can this club get anywhere near the Premier League? I think it's going to be a tough challenge really. I think you're going to hit a wall with a team like this because you've only got so many fans. You're never going to get that mega money coming in from a rich owner. But can the fans alone do it? Can their passion for this club, you know, born out of the hatred of the Glazers for Manchester United, the original Manchester United, Newton Heath, can they get him to the Premier League? Let's find out. Well, here we are. It is 2040 and this is the current Premier League. Spurs, wow, if you're a Tottenham fan, you're winning quite a lot of leagues there, aren't you? That's pretty good for you. Anyone interested in the Prem? It shouldn't be. Like a Bognor Regis FC? Not really. Pretty standard. Where are Newton Heath? Well, they're not in the Sky Bet Championship, but have they ever been in the Sky Bet Championship? The answer to that would be no. They've not. They're currently in the Sky Bet League 1, and they currently have Ruben Neves as their manager. Oh, I'll check him out first. He's not bad, is he? He wants to be an assistant, and he was. So he finished his career. Wow, bloody hell, he had a long career. He went to Spurs, West Ham, Benfica, Roma. Then he was Burnley under 18s assistant, Arsenal under 23s assistant manager. That's what he wants to be, an assistant. But he's took the Newton Heath job. He's a manager. He looks pretty good. He's been here since 39, so he's only been here a season. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So obviously they finished 6th in that first year in the Football League. Lost the playoff final. The year later, they got promoted by winning the league, which is amazing. The year later, they finished 17th in Sky Bet League 1. So they finally, I think that's the first time they've ever gone up and struggled in the bottom half. I'm pretty sure that's the first reality check for all these Newton Heath fans. The next season, they finished 19th. And then the following season, they went down. So they struggled, got a bit worse, got relegated. That's not good. And then went back down to League 2 and finished 9th. So people are starting to think, have you peaked? And the curve's going down. But the following season, 6th, but got promoted. So again, that's the second time they've done that. Crept into a playoff and won it. The following season, they finished 13th in League 1. Then they got relegated again. Then they won Sky Bet League 2. And then, and then last year they finished 18th. So I think that might be their ceiling. Or with the computer in charge, they keep getting into League 1, struggling, getting relegated. Doing well in League 2, coming back up, struggling, got relegated. Again, doing well, and then they're kind of struggling again, so they just finished 18th. Towards that last season, 4 teams got relegated. Newton Heath finished with 50 points, only a point. Wow, this close. Bloody hell, to getting relegated. Wow. I mean, I kind of thought they might get a sniff of the championship, but they've been nowhere near it. And I mean, look at this. What has happened? Did they get a crazy president in for 4 years? Because, I mean, there's some pressure all of a sudden, isn't there? Let's think. Martin McIntosh. 7 years he was the manager. And then Jeremy was the last guy we saw, weren't we, 10 years ago. He stayed there for nearly 5 years. Forget the interim. They had this geezer in. He didn't even make it past 263 days. Derek, he made it a year. I mean, some of these interim managers have done quite a lot. That's quite a lot for an interim, isn't it? Just left him in for the end of the season, maybe. Christian managed to get over a year. Jesus Christ. He got sacked for 118 days. He nearly made Paul Lane. I thought it was Paul Lane's for a second. This is just sacking after sacking after sacking. No one can make it. I mean, he even got a league win, then he got sacked. So Ruben Neves, mate. Pressure, but he's won a cup. They're winning cups now. So obviously, we started by blanking their history completely and refresh history. And they've won loads of lower league titles, but there's no, on the database, there's no lower league cups like there is in real life. But they have managed to win the leasing.com trophy. Well done. So they've just won that, haven't they, with Ruben? But this, I mean, wowzers. What's the highest they've got? 13th. Yes, 13th is the highest. Is that the ceiling? Do you do better than that? And I just spotted something. It's been a bit of a battle between Newton Heath and Arsenal's under 23s in the cup. Last year, Newton Heath lost it to Arsenal. This year, they beat Arsenal at Wembley. Take over here in 2040. I think that's a great challenge. I know it's far into the future. The game's full of regens, but it still could be fun, especially if you're in self-isolation and you're bored. This has become a whole new challenge. It's not about taking his club through the lower leagues. It's about, can you take them further than they should go? Because if we look at that as an experiment, I think they've hit a ceiling there. They can't get anywhere. They can't get in the top half of League One. So is this where they're destined to be? Or with a little bit of tweaking, sort the staff out, your tactic, can you take them further? I think I want to have a go, and the good thing is I'm off work. I want to have a go. Can I get them to the Prem? Now again, I've taken them over just for the purposes of showing you a few extra details, especially money. And they do currently have 2.4 million in the bank, but they've been in the Football League a few years now, haven't they? Probably accumulated some cash. At times, it looks like they've had close to 10. Insane. Transfer budget 4 million. I mean, personally, I'd put that into wages, loan some talent from the Premier League, and that's what I'd do. That's my method of usually getting through the lower leagues towards the Prem. This is the best player, not by current ability. His current ability is quite high, 3.5. It's potential as well. He's the all-round best player. Now he's the kind of player that won't fit any of my tactics, but he might fit yours. He's from Ireland, and yeah, he looks pretty good. Look at his passing and technique and first touch. 19 years old. Keep hold of this kid. Build your team around him and get into the Championship. Also got a good Scottish striker if you want to jump in at this point too. Finishing ain't the best, but it'd be good enough for this league. His physicals are brilliant. And I think it shows you the way the club's history's been, that all the club wants is you to become an established League One team. No more in and out of League One, League Two. Just establish yourself. But this club's got the potential, surely, to grow. And if we go over to the requests, just see they're already doing the training, which is in progress again. But I don't know why you could build a new stadium when they've already built one. Buy the stadium. Maybe you want to build a new one if you grow the club, because the fans are out there. I'm surprised you can't expand it any more than it is, because that'd be annoying. Maybe I won't waste my money on any of that. I won't even buy it. I try, if your goal was to get to the Premier League, I'd save all the money I could, and then when we got there, or into Championship, I'd try and build a new one. I'm just going to fly through these quick as well. See the kind of money they've been spending. We organise it by the value. Obviously, they're going to be regens, but I just want to know what kind of money they're spending. 140, 600 grand, 500 grand, 350, 800, 425. I mean, these aren't huge amounts, but still quite a lot. I mean, look at the kind of money they're bringing in as well sometimes, especially this year. 5.75, 775 out this year. Spent 1.5 but recouped 7 million. It shows you, doesn't it? I mean, I didn't give them great facilities. They had the same facilities as everyone else in the Manchester League One when they started, but obviously they developed them, but not loads, have they, over the years? But this club, maybe it's in Manchester, I don't know, but they're still getting their own players, and they've got a German lad here. who's now 21 and looks amazing, worth 45 million. They sold him to Crystal Palace. I hope maybe they had a sell-on fee, and that's when they were getting near like 10 million quid in the bank, because what a player he is. I mean, he plays for Germany. And by the way, if you can say his name, Michael Eschenbacher. What a name. What a name. Next year he spent 2.1, brought in 1.8, and spent 750. So, that's some mad years, especially this one. I mean, Michael, look at that. Crazy. So, they've made some money over the years from their own academy, which was never the best. I'm not giving, like I said, the only advantage I gave this club was a fan base and club membership. That's it. So I'm happy they've got it, but I believe they've hit a ceiling as a computer team. It's up to you to become the manager of Newton Heath. Take on that challenge while you're off work. Get this club to the Premier League and let me know how you did it. And I'd love to see some screenshots. So there we have it. That's the end of part 2 and the end of this little series. Really, it was just a bit of fun. It's just something I had in my head. Obviously, being a Manchester United fan and having this whole yellow and green scarf and throwbacks to Newton Heath. Protest against the Glazers. So I've always wondered about Newton Heath. I've always wanted to do something Newton Heath-ish, and I just thought it'd be quite cool to imagine another breakaway team like FC United and just see what fan power can do. And I think they've done pretty well, but I think like we've seen, it's itching for someone to take it on. If you're a bit bored, go down in the description. You'll find the kits, the logos, and all the save files for the start. 2025 is 2030, and there should be 2040 as well. So yeah, let me know how you get on, and I just appreciate you watching it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's give you a bit of escapism in these troubling times. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe. I hope you smash the freaking like button, and if you really want to help support me, you can always pledge to my Patreon. Find a link to that down below. Yeah, thank you. Honestly, you're a bunch of legends. I want to give my best wishes to you and your family. Stay safe from me and my family. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.